Welcome to Thursday. Here we are at Oceana. Welcome to you all. Today I'd like to go over what we talked about last week, and that is showing respect. And here's Joe now. Good morning, Joe. Welcome.
Thanks, Barry, and hi viewers. Thanks for the warm welcome. Today we're filming on a new camera. I thought I'd just mention that quickly. But yes, big welcome to all you viewers, and today we will be talking about showing respect.
Well, respect is important because we all know how important it is to have that respect in us and not to ask someone else for any favours. Now here's Joe to explain that issue.
Thanks, Barry. Yes, all of those things you just said are very important. It's important to not ask for favours, like you said there, Barry, and also to show that respect to the staff.
It's also very important not to get annoyed if a staff member can't do something for you, because whoever is on that group, one or two, you should really get them to assist you. And here's Joe on that topic.
Thanks, Barry. Yeah, it's very important. Here at Oceana, we have 3 different groups on the morning shift, and each of those groups has 2 carers assigned to it. So it is very important that you don't pick and choose your carers as you want them, and you learn to work with everyone and appreciate being able to work with everyone.
Well, this is a short version of today's show because we have basically covered just about everything on respect. But one thing we will not tolerate is going behind people's backs and telling on tales on one another. And here's Joe about that issue now.
Thanks, Barry. Like you mentioned, that's very important. We too try and maintain an open dialogue between staff and carers as much as we can, and we don't like it, staff and carer, we don't appreciate when people go behind others' backs and talk about them and express their concerns. If there's something that bothers you, then we would like you to bring it up in person, and that way we can talk about it and resolve that issue properly. But to handle it properly is to either talk to a manager or address that issue openly, but not to go behind people's back.
Because it is very rude and off-putting. Here's Joe now.
Yeah, it is rude and it's off-putting, and it's also very offensive, and if that person's to find out what you've been saying about them, they might get offended that you haven't decided to bring it up with them and talk about it, and they might also worry that you've talked to everyone in the house about it, which is, kind of like spreading rumours in a way.
Well, it's also very important to acknowledge the staff that are working with us, because at the end of the day, we can't pick and choose or change the roster. Because why? Because it's very rude and off-putting to the staff that are working with you. Here's Joe right now to tell you about the groups and the roster.
Thanks, Barry. Yeah, as we've mentioned before, the groups and the roster are organised very purposefully, and they do rotate as well, and that's to allow for every staff and every client to work with each other at one point or another. And if you're going to change that, you're not allowing that learning process to happen where people are learning to work with other carers and learning to work with other clients, which is very important, because there'll be a situation where you're going to be forced to work with someone that you haven't worked with before, whether that's a client or whether that's a staff, and you need to be prepared, and you need to have challenged yourself in easy sort of learning environments so that you're not flustered and startled by this.
Okay, well, this brings this short program to a close. We haven't got time to bring you a long program, but just before we do go, let's take a look at Sydney's weather now. It is a bit overcast. We may even get some rain today. And here's Joe right now with the latest weather.
Thanks, Barry. Certainly not as sunny as our last couple of days, but I'm sort of grateful for that. I've grown a bit tired of getting sweaty. So it's nice to have a bit of a cooler day. I'm hoping that we don't have any rain today, but I think that's what's forecasted.
Alright, well, just before we go, just one last rule we would like to do to bring in on the show, and that is ringing 000. I know this is a boring subject, but we have to encourage you not to use that number unless you really have to. Here's Joe now.
Thanks, Barry. That's a good point. And yeah, it's not the most fun thing to talk about, but the reason we like to talk about it here is because we think it's very important, and the serious nature of it is that a lot of people ring that number when they don't actually need to, and there are other options out there. So please be mindful of the fact that their services are limited in a lot of ways, and they will need to respond to emergencies all the time.
And that brings us to the close of the program for this Thursday, the 8th of September. But before we close the program, the Paralympics are on today on 7/2, and here's Joe now.
That's right, guys, and we're greatly supporting Daniel Michel, who's over there for the BC3 Boccia Championships. So we wish our best of luck to him and all the other Australians that are going and supporting our country and representing our country.
Well, that's the end of our program for today, and thank you for watching our program today. And do stick around, Andy Groom will be along in a moment, and here's Joe to tell you viewers that Andy will be along in a moment.
Thanks, Barry. That's right. Andy, of course, is the driver, so we will be saying hello to him shortly. But thank you very much for watching our morning program and our weather update. We hope that what we've talked about today has been appreciated by you.
And next Thursday on the show, we'll be going on a bit more about respecting the staff, and here's Joe now.
Thanks, Barry. That's something we do like to talk about here. We think it's a very important issue when we are working in a house, supporting people with disabilities. So respect is something that's very important, and that respect goes both ways between staff and between the carers, and the clients. So that's something we'll talk about next week.
And another thing, not picking and choosing. Here's Joe now.
Thanks, Barry. And I guess that's part of respect as well. It's to pick and choose your carers. You're not really showing respect for the workers and the other clients you live with as well. So it's important to respect your roommates in this case as well.
And right now it is time to say good morning to our viewers, and thank you for watching this important video, and we do hope that you'll join us next week. But until then, everybody, you take care, and we'll see you later. Andy Groom will be along in a minute to take us to Warringah Mall. And here's Joe now.
Thanks, Barry. And once again, viewers, thank you very much for watching this program. We will speak to you very shortly, and in the meantime, Andy Green will be taking Barry over to the mall. Thank you very much for watching.
And from me, Barry Fear, we wish you a very good morning, and just a reminder that in a couple of weeks' time, daylight saving will be along, and here's Jamie.
Thanks, Barry. That's right. Remember to change your clock that day. We don't want you being somewhere you don't need to be at the wrong time. So we'll make sure to remind you closer to the date as well to change your clock.
And stay safe on the road. Don't drink and drive. Don't be an idiot. If you're tired, please pull over. Don't risk it. Here's Joe.
Thanks, Barry. That's very important as well. And it's easy to do the right thing on the road, and you're going out of your way essentially to be silly on the road. So just be mindful that there are going to be other people on the road, and you need to be mindful of them. Be careful at all times while driving, whether or not you have passengers with you, but especially if there are other people with you as well.
And the way it is this Thursday, the 8th of September, Barry Fear signing off, and the time now is
8:45.
8:45 a.m. Do stick around. Andy Green is on next. He's got the Butcher Run, and we're going to Warringah Moor today. So thanks for watching, viewers. You have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.